Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki Spiritual Healer. And we are talking about an alternate universe or multiverse. What I like to call it is other dimensions. So some of us have an understanding of timelines. Some of us have an understanding of other dimensions. So when we are talking about these things, then we have to understand that there are other dimensions of ourselves that exist in these multiverse, these alternate universes, or we have an understanding that God has sent his spirit, his chosen ones, his spirit upon the chosen ones in many different times that we have been here before. You'll hear people say that, that's a very old soul. They have been here before. That person has a veil, was born with a veil. They have been here before. So when you're hearing these things, you're talking about people recognizing your aura, your energy, because you have traveled to these dimensions, and they know you, and they know your spirit, they know your frequency. And we're talking about chosen ones can do this, and these negative entities, these entities who want to siphon your energy. So that is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you about this, because a lot of people do not understand that simply making sure that your mirror isn't pointed towards your bed, where you come, in contact with, an alternate version of yourself. That is the negative version of yourself, in other words. So that's why you want to make sure that you cover those types of negative energy that have been sent to you. We are made up of two different kinds of wills. We have a good will, a will that is given to us, and we have a will that must be balanced. That the entity will try to attack, that the entity will try to come through our souls, that the entity will try to hide in our those dark places behind us, in our bodies, in our minds. They will try to hide in those filthy places, in our stomach, in our intestines. So that's why it's important that we cleanse ourselves internally and externally, to cleanse out any kind of negative energy that may be attached to you. So we also have an understanding of this matter. When we're talking about, a lot of you who have twins, there's always a good twin and a bad twin. We're talking about coming face to face with yourself, and in many cases, in these alternate universes, you are attracted to yourself. You're attracted to yourself. You're able to have a frequency that resonates, just like it would be with twins. You will hear all the time that, twins can know when something has happened to them. They can know when they're sad, sorrow. They can, feel hurt and pain. They can finish each other's sentences in many ways. This is the same way. And people have been asking me, well, where are these types of alternate universes? Well, we're not allowed to tell you that. That has to be revealed to you by God. And for those of us who have that understanding, like I say, there are certain things that I do not, talk to you about. I talk to you about what has or what they have tried to reveal in their movies or on the internet. If you want to know more about this, then you can reach out to me and book a consultation, or book a video chat, or a life coaching session. Okay, so when you meet yourself in an alternate universe, then the understanding is that many times it is detrimental to you. So that is why we are not allowed to talk about those types of alternate universes where we exist inside of different timelines. So I wanted you to have this understanding, because when you are able to cleanse the negative energy, and it doesn't matter who you are, and this was my point for making this video for you, when you are able to cleanse the negative energy, whether it has been an attack upon your mind by these narcissists, the government narcissists, the family narcissists, every time that you are able to cleanse these types of negative energies from your timeline, you cleanse it, throughout your timelines. You cleanse it throughout the alternate universes for each and every one of yourselves that are here, that have came here before, and that will come here. You are able to reckon this cleansing for, each version of yourself. So these are the types of cleansings. This is why I have been urging you guys to cleanse the negative energy from your mind, so that these attacks upon you does not go over into other generations, generational curses. So we have an understanding that we have been here before. And a lot of times we will have to keep repeating these processes until we get it together, till we complete our mission, that these attacks are stopped, that we are able to break the generational curses in our lives from our finances, our health, and we are able to stand up for God in the way that we were supposed to. So, we don't want to keep repeating these types of timelines and keep having to repeat, in hell. You're in hell. When you have to keep repeating over and over and learning the same types of attacks upon you, engaging with these narcissists over and over again. So you want to make sure that you're cleansing this type of negative energy, the first time. And the way that we are able to do that is to recognize that our spirituality only comes from God, that our purpose only comes from God. The connection, the warnings that we get from the holy books are also downloaded into our souls. So this is how we are able to protect not only just ourselves, but, ourselves in alternate universes. We are able to protect the ones of us who may not be, as strong as we are in this universe. We may not be able to help. We may not be able to help ourselves, physically, but mentally, and knowing how to use your mental capacity. That's why it's very important for me to teach you to turn off the internet unless you're using it for a good purpose, or the video games. That your mental capacity is the most important thing when you're talking about resonating with your hearts and minds. It is the most important thing that you have to resonate with other alternate universes, with other dimensions, with other timelines, with other beings. So, we have to be able to cleanse ourselves from any negative energy. And we are able to do so when we have engaged in the holy books, when we are engaging with the angels that God has sent for us on earth and in other dimensions. So we have to always give thanks to God for reciprocating, for what we did not know, what we did not understand, and always give him the thanks and praise, because we will come out victorious in all dimensions. So I hope you receive this message. Please Book your life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions. I'm High Oracle, Reiki, spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.